Anurag, since you're the only one convinced that this might be the way in which the government is moving, tell us why you're so convinced.
No. I'm not saying that I strongly believe, that there's going to be a one nation, one election. But I would love to see a one nation, one election, because both economically and socially, it is in the interest of India and the common citizen. But Barkha, I also want to, one very interesting fact that actually came to my mind, and probably I would like to have Dilip's opinion also on that, is what I've seen with this government is, although there is a chatter that, if there is a one nation, one election, if they push it, they need to bulldoze all the state government, they need to kind of, dismiss the chief minister and all that. But, there is also a phenomena, what I've seen, the optics. Whenever this Jammu Kashmir article was removed, whenever Mr. Amit Shah brings a bill, the muscle flexing makes the government look even heavier. And there is a big kind of, when the optics are, the muscle flexing, people of India, particularly the youth of India, they love it. Or people of India are...
Unlike Sandeep Ghosh, who thinks the optics are bad, you actually think strongman governments have approval.
I mean, that's what people are buying into it. I mean, Dilip can comment.
Sandeep,
but
Sandeep, can I get Sandeep for Sandeep's point? Okay, Sandeep Ghosh briefly, and then I need to start wrapping up. Sandeep Ghosh briefly.
See, Barkha, there is a difference between removing Article 370, etc., and doing this. What I meant is, a strong government, you will have politically, it will give a lot of ammunition to the opposition, especially in today's context, to create a stir against the government. They are not going to take it easily. They know the risks. Although Aditi says, I totally agree with her about the Orissa case, but opposition at this moment may not be confident that in case of a one nation, one poll, it will improve their prospects. They stand better chance of having these states separately fought. If they win Rajasthan, win Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, in any case, they'll probably win. They will be further bolstered to go there. So I don't think it's in their interest. And if Modi does this, they will have another card to play to say that, the government is on the back foot. So that is what I mentioned there.
Let me bring in Sanjoy just again on a technical point, since Jammu and Kashmir was mentioned. In fact, the only legal point right now before the Supreme Court is to decide whether the Assembly's consent was necessary, Sanjoy Ghosh, before this was done. But I think everyone's absolutely right to say you just cannot conflate Kashmir, where the temporary nature of 370 is written into the Constitution, with uniform polls, which, by the way, used to be held till 1967.
Absolutely. So, no, absolutely. See, there are two issues here. One is whether it's legal and whether it's constitutionally moral. The same issue is also in the Jammu Kashmir case, that whether you can say that the Kashmir, because it's under governor's rule or president's rule at that time, is represented by the governor or the lieutenant governor, whoever you've created, whether his consent is the consent of the people of Kashmir. So even this, technically, constitutionally, it may be done, but whether it can be steamrolled without the actual consultation of the states and all political parties being on board like they were on GST is an issue which you really have to think in the political sense. Another thing, though I'm going out of the constitutional remit, please also keep in mind the electoral bonds case still has not been decided by the Supreme Court. 3,600 crores is with one party, and there's no gainsaying as to which party will be in an advantage if they have to spend a budget on central and state elections together, and which are the parties which will be at a disadvantage. So that's the elephant in the room also. Keep that in mind.
Interesting. Before I give Dilip Cherian the last word, something we haven't directly addressed, the rumors of an earlier election, not an early election, but an earlier election. It was, of course, pointed out that no government actually wants to give up power early. Point two, there's the Ram Mandir sort of inauguration in January. Why would the government want to bypass that? But Aditi, any thoughts on that?
I don't think there's going to be an early election. I don't think this special session has been called. First of all, no special session is required. No parliamentary session is required to announce an early election. In any case, politically, I don't think it suits the government.
Dilip Cherian, last word then. Do we come back to where we started, women's reservation bill, or just maybe G20? Is it going to be something mundane in the end? No shock and awe?
The shock and awe that was already produced by the fact that the Prime Minister, the government made this announcement about the special session. There's a little undertone which, everybody thinks that I'm just an image person, but I also do a lot of policy work. The interesting thing in the policy side is that in the evening of this announcement, there was a major reshuffle of secretaries to the government of India. What does that mean? Does that mean that government is gearing up for the last mile delivery before elections and wants to sort of do the ramp up? As Aditi says, even though no days may be lost, the fact that you want to make a whole bunch of policy announcements and say to the country that we are now geared, this is our delivery before we, as we enter Amrit Kal or whatever it is.